Hello everybody! So, it's happened, hasn't it? New Jambassadors have been announced. I don't know if they're going to announce any more, but I sure hope they do, and I will get to that later on in this video. So this video is likely going to be my last opinion video as Ellipsity, because I have nothing else to make as far as opinions go, and I really only have two major Animal Jam videos left, and it's just the last two Pause and Flaws episodes. I don't really have any more opinion videos to make. May is going to be a very busy month, so this will probably be my last opinion video, as I call it. So I really wanted to make this video for the new Jambassadors that have been announced. I feel like it may be valuable to hear from a retiring Jambassador because I'm so ancient and I'm just retiring. But anyways, I wanted to make this video for the new ones. I want to first off say, congratulations. It is hard to become a Jambassador in the year 2021. Because most people who want to do it are classic people. Yeah, Animal Jam H, you don't think I don't see it. You chose mostly Play Wild people this time around. And that's fine, because they need Play Wild people. I mean, let's be honest, the last wave of Jambassadors, none of them cared about Play Wild. Except for me, until I quit. And that's just kind of what I want to touch on here. Those of you who got chosen, I congratulate you. It's a new journey in your Animal Jam career. But for those of you who did get chosen, be mindful that Play Wild is the game you might have to get yourselves used to. If you're a classic person primarily, that's fine, but you gotta get used to Play Wild because that's the game they're probably gonna prioritize a lot. The Jambassador title has changed quite a bit since 2019, which is when I got it. It was way different back then. And there's a bunch of reasons why I'm stepping down from the title today, because it's not what it used to be personally for me, an Animal Jam Classic player, and I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. But for those of you who got chosen, I just want to say, pretty much all of you deserved it. I don't really know a lot of the people who got chosen because I am out of touch with Play Wild. But please know that just because you're mostly Play Wild people, I have nothing against you. Don't worry, I'm not one of those salty AJ Classic players with Play Wild derangement syndrome, I promise. But I'm just gonna put it out there that those of you who did get chosen, I really hope you like Play Wild. I don't, which is why the Jambassador position for me has been sucky ever since I left Play Wild. There are plenty of reasons why I'm adamant about not returning to Play Wild, and most of them are mental health reasons. It's not because of the rebranding or the name change. A lot of people think I left for such a petty reason as a rebranding. As much as I disliked that rebranding, that wasn't the reason I quit. I quit for many other reasons, most of them being mental health related. And that's just what I want to bring to attention here. Classic people, if you get chosen for the title, please know that you do not have to force yourself to like a game you don't want to like. I know I said that in order to make this Jambassador title work out for you, you should have a good relationship with Play Wild, and that is very true, but if the Jambassador position ends up being sucky for you because you just can't handle Play Wild and you can't force yourself to like it, and you just don't understand why it's the craze, then you don't have to continue being a Jambassador. You know you can step down at any moment you want, because sometimes people find that the Jambassador title is not for them, okay? So either you like Play Wild and you stay a Jambassador, or you hate Play Wild and you realize the title's not for you. Or you can be one of those people who is just really creative and is able to make things work out on AJ Classic. But my advice for you is, when things become a little too stressful, when you realize it's not for you, you do not have to stick around just to please all of your fans, okay? One thing I did for the past 2 years that I wish I had not done was I stuck around on Play Wild for those 9 painful long months just to please AJHQ and the community, because I was like, I'm the only Play Wild Jambassador. This is great. I'm always going to be in the know about these Play Wild updates. And it was stressful. I did not like it. So my advice to you, if you're a classic player, that's great. Continue to make the content you want to make. And if it ends up hindering your Jambassador title and you realize, oh my god, there's never any updates, then that's not on you, that is on AJHQ, because they won't update AJ Classic. And when that happens, and let's face it, it will eventually, do not force yourself to like Play Wild and start making content for it just because it's the new game, okay? I did that, and it stressed me out a lot because I had to get used to this new Animal Jam environment, this new trading system, this new everything. And it was hard, which of course is going to be hard, but nobody should have to do that. Games are not real life. They should not be requiring us to step out of our comfort zone. Games are our comfort zone. We can play them as much as we want. And the fact that Animal Jam HQ is trying so hard to push us over to play wild, no, sorry, sis, that doesn't work. This is a game. We can play this game as much as we want. We don't have to step out of our comfort zone to play your new mobile game that a lot of us didn't even grow up with, okay? So just keep that in mind, new Jambassadors. If you don't like Play Wild, don't force yourselves to make content for it, okay? If you have creative classic content, stay. If you don't and you just can't stand Play Wild and you got nothing to do on Classic, quit and be a happy person. I had a really stressful experience on Play Wild, all because I was pandering to AJHQ and their constant shoving it in your face that we need to move over to Play Wild. And, I don't want to do that, okay? Literally, I was so stressed out during my time on Play Wild that I would get anxiety, okay? I would get panic attacks because everyone there was so rude and ungrateful, and to the point where I was already having issues at the time with my heart. I believe I've talked about that in detail before, and that stress did not help one bit. I'm not blaming Play Wild for my heart arrhythmia, because that was an issue that was already there, but it did not help it one bit, okay? I was already stressed out, I already had a lot of mental health issues, and the fact that I had to feel forced to play a game I didn't even want to play or make content for, that's just screwed up. If you can make Animal Jam Classic content work out for you despite the lack of updates, great, good for you, keep at it. But if you have nothing to make and you don't want to move to Play Wild, you should not feel forced to keep this Jambassador position. I made that mistake, and look at me now. I'm frustrated. And this is exactly why I'm stepping down as a Jambassador, okay? Sorry, Animal Jam HQ. I know you love Play Wild, you coddle it, it's your favorite game, but I'm not gonna switch over to it again and risk my mental health, okay? I'm moving on, I've got other things to do. So, there's that. And that just leads me to mention why exactly are so many of the new Jambassadors only Play Wild. I mean, I'm not questioning their decisions. They're not, I don't even know these people that well, but most of them are pretty good people. I'm not questioning the decisions they made, but there are some people who are classic people who worked really hard, okay? Like really, really hard, really talented people that did not get chosen. Maybe they will get chosen, but if they don't, I'm gonna be really upset, because they worked hard, okay? And the fact that if it's because they're classic people, they don't get chosen, that is screwed up, okay? That's like saying, we don't care about you if you're from that community. We only care about you if you're from this community, and all of your hard work doesn't matter. It's like, excuse me, these people work hard, okay? I had a chance to get the Jambassador title in 2019, okay? But I remind you, my content was not even 100% for kids at the time, and I still somehow got the title. Meanwhile, there are very happy, positive, kid-friendly people who are very genuine as well, mind you, on AJ Classic, and yet they somehow haven't been chosen yet? What's up with that, Animal Jam HQ? What's up with that? If you're going to choose them, okay, disregard what I'm saying. But if you haven't chosen them and you're not even considering it, what is up? What is up with that? I'm gonna say this as bluntly as possible, but it comes from a true feeling of honesty, okay? Kind of like what Bepper did last year with her Animal Jam rant video. I know you guys are pretty incompetent at updating Animal Jam Classic. We can all see it. We can all smell the lies, okay? We know that. But one thing you can do right is maybe choose people who are still passionate about this game. This dying game that gets no updates. The one thing you can do at least is choose them to be a Jambassador, because they actually care. They're so loyal. They're so loyal, okay? If you're just gonna choose Play Wild people, then gee, golly, why didn't you tell us that in October when you were choosing new Jambassadors? We're only choosing Play Wild people. Oh, right, because if they say that, they're just gonna admit their clear bias. My bad, sorry. A lot of the things I'm saying right now are pretty dang harsh, but you know what? I feel they need to be said, because Animal Jam, Wildworks, no one else in the Jambassador program has been this honest with you since Bepper, okay? If someone other than Bepper is finally speaking out, maybe you should consider that as like constructive criticism and feedback, okay? If you're gonna choose these classic people, why not update Classic a little more? I know you continue to claim that it's a flash game, it's limiting, okay, understandable, but one thing you could probably not do is urge people to play Wild, when the fact is a lot of the classic community is a little too old for Play Wild. We don't like Play Wild. Get that through your thick skulls, okay? The people who do like Play Wild are usually the teens and little kids, and that's fine. That's their prerogative. If they like that game, great. But don't throw your older audience under the bus, because they've been with you for so many years. This game got us through some of the hardest times in our lives, and the fact that we have to give it up all because this company has been so incompetent as of recently, like, that sucks. Okay, I didn't want to have to step down as Jambassador, but you know, I'm at a point in my life where I have no choice, because nothing is changing, nothing's improving, and you know, I just want to advise you, new Jambassadors, if you find that this Jambassador position is not for you, feel free to step down, okay? Because the next time I hear about someone in my position having literal panic attacks and anxiety over this kid's game, I'm gonna lose it, okay? No one should have to be in that position. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying that Animal Jam HQ literally forces you to make Play Wild content. You're not ordered to do it, but they strongly urge you to do it. It's pretty clear they want people to make Play Wild content. As Bepper has mentioned in her Animal Jam rant video, they're really desperate to get people over to Play Wild. That's a fact. Well, Animal Jam HQ, here's my constructive criticism for you. Maybe tone down the lighting on that game, because guess what? Some people have really bad overstimulation issues, and they get headaches, migraines, seizures, all of that stuff from Play Wild's graphics. I was one of those people who got migraines and felt nauseous from playing that game for more than 2 hours. Keep that in mind, Animal Jam HQ. If you want people to play that game, maybe tone down the lighting a little bit, the color saturation, and people might find that it's a little healthier to play it. And 2, choose people who are truly passionate about your game, not just because you don't like them or because they don't play Wild. That is so biased and so tribal, us versus them. Like, no, these are two communities, Play Wild and Animal Jam Classic, okay? Classic, their community feels very neglected. We know that it's a 2010 Flash game, but hey, you have a loyal fan base of supporters who still love Animal Jam Classic and will support it if you give it new updates. But hey, you choose not to listen to that because it's all about the modernization of Play Wild. Your call, your company. This is just my honest opinion. Normally, I would apologize for being so blunt, but I'm not gonna apologize because I'm already throwing away my ambassador position at the end of May. I do not want to continue being an ambassador for a game that they neglect, and I will not come back to Play Wild. So honestly, if this upsets AJHQ, well, honestly, I can find other things to do. If this really upsets you and you decide, yeah, you can't be a Jambassador anymore, hey, I was already stepping down to begin with. You see, this is why I'm stepping down. It seems like you can't handle criticism or constructive feedback. I know this video went from giving advice to new Jambassadors to just totally ripping on AJHQ, but you know, someone's got to tell them. Honestly, guys, you guys are new Jambassadors. Obviously, you do not want to put yourself in that position of criticizing them so harshly when they just gave you a title, but hey, I've been here 2.5 years as a Jambassador. I've been on the game since 2013. I've got nothing to lose. I'm leaving. I've had my fun. So if I get to be this community's voice before I leave, I will do that. And for Animal Jam HQ, I have one last drop of hope left in you, and I trust, hopefully, that you will choose genuine people from AJ Classic. I know you haven't finished choosing yet, but please consider this advice. There are people on this game who are so talented and creative and passionate, and they're from AJ Classic. But hey, if they're open and willing enough to go to Play Wild, you should give them a chance. Like you gave me a chance 2.5 years ago, even though I made a very mature series known as Life is Full of Phantoms, you still gave me a chance. Give these people a chance too, come on. Again, I want to make it clear, the Play Wild people who got chosen, I have nothing against any of you. I'm only giving Animal Jam HQ constructive criticism on who to choose for Classic as well. Because, you know, guess what? We're Classic people. We still matter, okay? We still support your game, even after you continue to neglect it. You should probably, you know, take advantage of that and say, hey, they support our game still. We should probably include more Classic people. Maybe just show the Animal Jam community that we actually do care about Classic. Because, hey, guess what? Your words and your actions don't always match up. I know it's a crazy concept, but maybe think about that for a second. Your actions don't always match your words, okay? Yeah, I really went there and criticized the heck out of AJHQ, but no one else was going to do it, so yeah, sorry guys, but I'm also not sorry. It has been an honor to be a Jambassador for the Animal Jam Classic community, and to those of you who were really nice to me in Play Wild, I appreciate you so much. Even though I'm not in that community anymore, I appreciate those few Play Wild people who were actually really nice people. But this chapter in my life is ending, and since I really have nothing to lose by saying this, I'm gonna say it, okay? All I've got left to make are the 2 Pause and Flaws episodes, and I don't think I'm gonna make any more Animal Jam videos after that. If I have opinion videos to make, maybe I'll make them, but honestly, at this point, I think I've already said all I need to say in this one video. That also reminds me, since I'm not gonna be a Jambassador anymore, and I really do not care about my Ellipsity plushie anymore, I'm giving away all of them. I mean, not in this one video, but I will be giving away 2 in this video, and then the remainder will just be given away in the last few Pause and Flaws episodes. So if you want the last of my Ellipsity plushies, just be sure to comment your username, why you want them, and your opinions on this whole Jambassador thing. Like, do you feel the people who got chosen deserve it? Are you hoping they actually choose more Classic people? Like, what are your opinions? I'm always interested in seeing what people think about this. Once again, it's been an honor. Stay tuned for the final 2 Pause and Flaws episodes before the end of May. And yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for this journey. Have a great day.